This is Carl at National RV Detroit, and I'm going to walk you through this 2019 Mesa Ridge Lite model 2804 RK. Okay, so I'm on the door side of the trailer at the back, and you can see that you got regular scissor type stabilizers. They work with a crank or a 3/4 inch socket on a drill. Okay, and here you have antenna out and power if you want to put a TV back here. Alright, you got a 110 volt AC dorm-like refrigerator, a slide out kitchenette here. Let me get this out here, like so. Slides out, and you got water obviously, and then you have a 2-burner cooktop. Now keep in mind that you have to plug this in. So there's a plug down here. You can see it. The hose comes down, and you can plug it into this quick connect fitting right there. You can see with the blue cap on it.
Carl, how does that unit do?
So you have to plug in the propane if you're going to use this this cooktop here. Okay. Alright, so let me see here. You got a power awning. This is your hitch. You can, we'll show you how it operates when you come to pick up your trailer. If you ever, when you're first using it, if you can't remember what you were taught, you can always go to huskycenterline.com or search Husky Centerline anyway, and then go to the website and follow the links to their hookup video. Okay, this is another hose for a grill that hangs on the back. Okay, you got a power tongue jack. You have a 2 LP tanks full, a deep cycle marine battery, brand new. Let's see here. This is the outside of your water heater. Right here. The switches to operate it are inside the trailer, but you can see this trailer is winterized right now because of we're getting towards the winter here, the late fall or fall and winter. This is your drain plug here, and then of course this is where it screws in, and this is a pressure release valve, a safety valve. Just keep in mind you never release the pressure or take out the plug unless the water is cooled down. Obviously never do that with hot water. These are your dump valves here. You see the gray tank valve, which is sink and shower water, and then you got the black tank valve, which is toilet water and waste. When you dump it, you're going to dump the black tank first, then the gray tank, just because the gray water is cleaner water than the black water, and it'll help wash things out. Okay. This is your water station here. Okay, so you have a quick connect fitting here to put a spray hose on. This is your city water hookup right here, so you're going to hook the city water hose up to it, and you're ready to go. It pressurizes your whole trailer. Now, if you look at this drawing here, right now this lever is in city mode, which is the most common way. But if you go to a campsite or campground that does not have plumbing on the campsite, you can pre-fill the onboard fresh water tank. You would just turn the valve to this position here, and instead of going to the fixtures, the water will go to fill up your fresh water tank. Okay, keep that in mind. This is a black tank flush here, so you can put your hose on there after you have dumped your black tank. You keep the black tank valve open, and you turn on the water, and it'll spray the inside of your tank out, so it gets nice and clean. You got a 50 amp hose, 30 feet long, and the reducers to reduce it down to 30 amp and then to 15. Okay. This is your range hood vent here. Keep in mind, if you're going to run the fan in the range hood, you want this to flap freely. Otherwise, you're going to just keep it shut. Okay. Also, it just shows that we're pre-wired for a backup camera. So if you want to add one, make sure you get the Furion camera that fits in that housing. All right. And while we're looking up, you've got a ladder here, which makes it easy to inspect your roof. You have to inspect your roof usually 3 times a season, once in the spring, once in the middle of the summer, once in the fall, or every 3 months or roughly every 3 months anyway. Every 90 days, whatever. Okay, but it's important to go up there and inspect your roof, and you want to do that regularly. If you can't go up there, have someone else go up there and do it, but you got to check the sealant, check for crack in your separation, and sometime when you go up there, you'll see it, so you just have that taken care of. You don't have to redo the entire roof, you just have to do that area, so keep that in mind. This is just the rack that your grill hangs on, okay, and there's also another. I showed you the hose in the front compartment. There's another quick connect here that will attach from that LP fitting to your fitting on the grill. Okay, let's go inside. Okay, let me wipe my feet here. Looks like she's just cleaning. Okay, so this is your control panel. To check your levels, basically you can check your battery here, right? Fresh water tank is empty, black water tank is empty, gray 1 and gray 2 are all empty. As it fills, it'll graduate up in 1/3 increments, so they'll light up as you go up. Once you get past 2/3, you got to start thinking about dumping the tank, of course. Your slide out switch is here, in and out. Your awning, extend and retract, is right here. Never leave the awning out unattended. If you're not going to be at the campsite, you want to roll it in so it doesn't get damaged by the wind. So anytime you're not there, just routinely roll it in. The water pump, to pump water out of your fresh water tank or to winterize your trailer, is right here. Right? These are lights. Your water heater switches, this is to light it on gas, and this is to run it on electric. This is the most common, of course. Now, keep in mind, you always want to make sure there's water in the tank before you turn on any energy source, okay? Your thermostat is right here. It's very simple. You just hit the monitor once, the mode button once. Right now we're on heat, off, fan. Fan is just your air conditioner running without the compressor. Then cool, which is the air conditioner. Always run them on auto. That's very important. It works much better when you keep the fan speed on auto. Alright, so you have a TV, you have a fireplace. This works on 110 AC, so you can see you have a remote here for it or buttons on it, but it just turns on. I don't know if we're plugged in right now. I have to look now. Let's see here. Let me look real quickly and see what's happening here. Yeah, so actually it's not plugged in. So okay, well, we'll take care of that. They must have unplugged it when they moved it. But anyway, your fireplace, you can, obviously with the remote, you can turn it on and off. You can set the temperature. You can set the fan speed. It's a space heater, so it'll have low, high, and off. You can dim the fire or change the appearance of it. And there's also a timer, so you can use all of those. All right, your radio. It's a disc player here. You can play CDs and DVDs. You can stream off this USB right here just by putting all your favorite albums, for example, on one USB drive and taking them with you. You can stream with Bluetooth from your phone or tablet. You have 2 speaker zones, 1 and 2. 1 is inside the trailer, 2 is outside the trailer, so there's a lot you can do with it. And there's a remote for that too, which is, let's see, they've got it right here in the console. Okay, your chairs, I'll just spin around so you can see it. This is just a light here, right? But it has a massager, which is, it vibrates and it goes through different, how would you say it? It's a sort of a smooth vibration, then it's rough and choppy. It varies back and forth. And of course that's a heater for your chairs also. You got the same thing on the other side for the other chair. Okay, your dinette table, you can pull the pole out and you can drop the table onto these cleats here, right? And use the cushions to fill in the space, and you can turn this into a bed. Okay, your refrigerator is a gas absorption refrigerator. It means it'll run on 110 AC or on LP gas. This is just on and off here. Then you have the mode button. That is electric automatic. That's the most common position to have it in. That means that it always seeks out electricity first, but if it can't find it, it'll switch to gas second. So let's say you're gone for the day from your campsite. It's a hot day and you have a power outage at the campground soon after you leave. Well, the refrigerator, because it's on automatic, will sense that and it'll automatically switch over to gas so you don't spoil the food. Okay. That is just electricity. That is just gas or auto. Auto is the most common way, okay? So that's the one you're generally speaking going to use, okay? Your microwave works like any other microwave. I showed you the baffle on the outside for this fan, if you're going to run it. You got a light there also. Let's see if he's got the gas on right now. Yeah, so there you go. Right there. So this is your sparker. You just turn it clockwise to spark, and of course there's a knob for each burner. Now this, you can also light the pilot light by sparking it also. So down here at the very back, down here is a pilot light. I'll spark so you can see it. You can see it sparking in there, right? So what you do is you're going to take your oven knob and go to the pilot light, which is the picture of the flame. Then you depress it. Keeping it depressed, you're going to turn the sparker clockwise till the pilot light lights. Once it lights, you're still going to hold this in for another 10-15 seconds or so to heat it up. Then you go to whatever operating temperature you want, and it'll cycle on and off like an oven does, of course. Then when you shut it off, the flame will go out, but also the pilot light will go out. So keep in mind you got to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. Okay. Alrighty. All right. So let's see what else we have here. Okay, this device here is the power converter. Alright, so what this does is it turns 110 AC into 12 volt DC. So it converts it over. So right here you have regular household type circuit breakers like you would see at home. It's 110 AC and they're all labeled. Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC here. You see you got regular fuses here and a breaker there. This is the 12 volt side. If any of these 12 volts fuses are to blow, and they are labeled by the way, you like to see them light up and glow through this tinted plastic here. So if you ever see it glowing in there, you know you blew a fuse. Also, when you're plugged into shore power at the campground or any place else, this will always sense how much energy your battery needs and it'll keep it charged. If it's almost totally charged, it'll trickle a couple amps up to it. If it's low, it'll send 10 amps or whatever it needs, so it's a battery charger also. This device here is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. Okay, it should always be green like that. There's a test button right there so you can test it when you need to. If it goes off, obviously you take everybody outside, leave the door open, shut the gas off at the front and figure out what's going on. If it's not green, if the pilot light is not green, you get it serviced because it's very important, okay? Alrighty. Let me walk through a little farther. We'll go into the bathroom. The main thing about the bathroom is most of it's pretty the same as the shower and sink at your house. The thing to know is that the toilet has to have water in the black tank plus some chemical. So that's the flush pedal right there. So you flush it, there's still a little residual water pressure. That's antifreeze because this is winterized. So the first thing you do when you get to the campground after you hook up your power and your water, you'll put your chemical right in here. Whichever brand you use, just read the directions, find out what a dose is. You put one dose in there, then you'll step on the pedal. The trap opens, your black tank is directly below. So water will come swirling out, it'll wash the chemical into the tank, and you stand on this pedal until you put about a gallon or so of water in there. There's no way to tell exactly what a gallon is. You don't have to be exact, you just have to have some water in there and chemical before you start using it. You never use it when it's totally dry because the smell will be really bad, and if you do it, you'll only do it once, let's put it that way. So you always want water in there and chemical to start off with it. Also always run your fan here in the bathroom when you're using the shower also. is you want to pull the humidity out. These things are built very tight these days, these trailers, so you want to be able to exhaust the humidity. This is your grill here, which is not totally assembled, but it will be. That hangs on the back of the trailer. I showed you that, and I showed you the hose up front. Of course, your bed pulls up, and you have a like a foot locker storage underneath. This up here is a hookup for your TV and power for it. This red light should always be on. This is the signal booster, so you can shut it off. But this is for the digital antenna. It should always be on like that, or you won't get a good picture over the antenna. Okay, alrighty. So let me go back through and see if we've forgotten anything. Smoke alarm is up here, of course. Alright, let me look through. I think we've got it. Yes. So, first of all, thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. And I just want to remind you to always inspect the seals on your roof and on your trailer in general, or any place you see caulk or sealant from the factory. You want to look every 90 days or so. You want to take a look at it and make sure it's good and tight. And when you do see separation or cracking, always get it taken care of. It's very important for a trailer owner to inspect his or her trailer, okay? All right, thank you very much.